Zach, how did you get to a point where your teammates have described you as more confident and more carefree after the reset?
Yeah, I think it was. I think I talked about it a little bit ago of just like just really enjoying being here and just being grateful to be on this team and being with the guys. And so, for me, it was like just go out there and have fun. Just go out there and enjoy being around these guys and through the good plays, the bad plays, just really be grateful to be able to just play football.
What was your process to achieve that level of perspective? Because obviously you could have received the benching differently. Mm-hmm. How did you get to a point where you could process it that way?
Yeah, I think in my first year and a half, I just realized how much of a business this really is. And I played football my entire life, for the fun of it and how fun it is. And sometimes more money, more problems, right? And for me, it's how can I just bring that fun back? How can I just enjoy being here? And through that reset process, how can I go out to a practice and just be like, what, I'm just going to enjoy being out here and throwing the ball around, doing things that I love to do and spending time with the guys, because that's truly, the most important parts. And so that's kind of been the goal for me.
So that's the joy, but from a confidence standpoint,
right?
Why did it not negatively or adversely affect your confidence?
I think it's because I've always believed in myself since day one, and regardless if anybody else does or not, I've always believed in myself. And at the end of the day, I have a great support system, and I think the guys around me, they believe in me as well, and I just want to go out there and just do everything I can to help them, help us get the job done offensively to help us win games.
Exactly. Obviously, you're focused on what you got in front of you here, but I'm just curious how much you and Trevor are kind of linked, obviously, with the same draft, so close together. How much you pay attention to how he's done and what he's been doing in the league, and if you got to know him during the draft process.
Yeah, I got to know him, obviously through the draft process and stuff. He's really, truly a great dude. I love the way he carries himself, the way he handles himself. I haven't followed him a ton. I think it seems like he's been having a good year. He's one of those dudes that's never going to quit, and he's always going to kind of do what's necessary to make sure he's, improving and getting better. And so I got a lot of respect for him. So I'm sure I'll probably see him on the field and say what's up.
What have you seen from Jacksonville's defense, Zach, studying them, and how different are they from a year ago when you played them?
Yeah, they're a solid team, man, and you obviously saw what they did last week. They got a big win, against Dallas, and so it's going to be another good challenge for us. I'm excited for us to just try and keep taking that next step and learning and improving.
They talked about all the negative or hard things about playing on Thursday. Is there a positive aspect to this, especially after the way the last game ended, that you get back out there so quickly?
Yeah, I think it's right there. We get to get back on the field so quickly. I think the guys are very excited for this opportunity just to get back on the field. I know I'm extremely excited just to get back on the field and get after it again, and it's going to be a good matchup.
What positive did you extract out of Sunday? I mean, I know there was stuff that you probably want back, of course, like there is for every game. But what did you take? What are you grasping this week as you move forward out of that game that you liked?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys saw the big plays that we had offensively, and I think those are always a plus. It's hard to get in the NFL, but how consistent can we be with the first and second down, just playing manageable football, and once you add those explosive plays, how good you can be as an offense.
After everything that's happened this year, what does it mean for you to be in this position in such an important game? And you're playing, you're starting everything else.
Yeah, just again, I'm grateful, as can be to be playing and playing here in New York, and really just going out there and trying to do my best and support the guys around me and just put us in the best position possible, and just kind of let the rest take care of itself. Just be as present as possible.
I'm sure when you were drafted the Jets, you knew it's a tough environment playing New York, criticism, all that stuff. But has it taken you back at all, or was it surprising when you're getting it from all angles after you have a bad game against the Patriots, all that stuff? Did that surprise you or take you off guard or anything like that?
I mean, I think it's something I've kind of prepared for my entire life, and coming to New York, you hear about the media and the fan base, and it's just a lot of passionate people out here, and so for us, it's just controlling what we can, just keep trying to improve, and just understand this is all just kind of part of the process.
How do you keep your confidence when, during the game, it didn't seem like there was a lot of patience from the fans? So how do you keep your confidence in that situation and not get kind of hung up on what you're hearing and stay focused on what's next?
Yeah, it's trusting that preparation we put in all week. We had a good week of practice, and everybody offensively. I can't speak for the defense, but offensively, everyone was flying around doing their job, and we're executing. And so, when things aren't going right, we all just kind of lean on each other, and we know that we're going to be able to pick things up and get things going.
Zach, I think they said during the broadcast, I assume you told them this in the production meeting, that you had reached out to some former quarterbacks about how they dealt with if they got benched and that. Could you just tell us about that and kind of who you spoke to and what you got from those conversations?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest things was just, there's going to be these ups and downs in football, and you always just have to believe in yourself and rely on your support system and just understand this is all just kind of part of the process. And, some of the biggest things that, I took from it was where you want to get, this is just going to help you get there faster, and the bumps, the ups and downs, it's tough, but you eventually make your way through it, and along the way you're able to learn a lot of really good lessons, and you're able to almost be more aware as well.
Who did you talk to? I know Steve, you're close with Steve.
Yeah, I've been very close with Steve, and John Beck, of course, with the BYU connections, and I reached out to Drew Brees as well, and Kurt Warner, just guys that I feel like had a lot of adversity in their careers of things they had to go through.
We're often reminded that the quarterbacks don't play each other. So having said that, is there even a small part of you, given your link with Trevor, that does view this as competition with him?
No, not at all. I mean, we played them last year, and I would just say it's the Jets versus Jaguars. We're just trying to go against those guys. It's interesting because it's almost like it's two separate things. When you're sitting there watching the other quarterback, it's like it's not even the same kind of game. We're going against their defense, so it is separate, of course. But you're always trying to go out there and get that win.
What do you remember your run last year?
What's that?
What do you remember about your run last year?
Yeah, I just remember being tired.
Is Connor running a lot of routes this week?
What's that?
Connor running around a lot of routes this week?
Connor McGovern. Yeah, I guess we'll see.